It is the next day. Our protagonist wakes up. Has he fallen asleep while he was mining? That is a terrible assessment. He was mining underneath his dwelling. He is also going to dig up. The idea is to see how far down that goes and what kind of space he is going to have. He will dig many holes in this place. But it is daytime, and it is time to get out. First, time to leave this stuff behind. But this stuff is too precious to leave behind. He decides to leave some of these things, but not all of these things. He has ideas. First he had seen a skeleton. He must get iron. There's the skeleton. It is still there. First, he must get iron. There's a pig down there. That goes further in that direction than he'd originally assumed. He continues in this direction. There is a thing he wants to discuss. First he must kill that pig. He does not need to kill the pig. He's having trouble killing the pig in any case. Go. Oh, there was another pig over here. He might not be able to kill this one. It might fall off and die. He's gonna take damage. He does not take damage. Now about up there. Do mobs spawn up there? Becker had no idea. All he knew was he didn't see any. This time he decides he's going to do this thing properly. He's going to go this way. It is possible the mobs do not spawn up here. It was something worth investigating. But he had to go this way, even though he couldn't place anything up here. And after thinking about it for some time, he realized the reason why he couldn't place blocks up here was because this is 256, not 255. What was that? Did it suddenly get dark in here? There is more terrain, and there is pumpkin! Not that he cares for pumpkins. It does not look like, however, that he can get down without taking damage. A small amount, anyway. Might be possible. He does not see any iron. Right now, iron and sheep are his most important thing to go for. But he decides he's going to have to spend some time here anyway. This looks relatively safe. Of course, he looks over the edge. Not sure what that is. Is that the new block? No, that's gravel. It looks like gravel that maybe fell from up there. No sheep. That might be a sheep there, up there. But to see it very clearly, no, it is obviously a block. Yes, he could kill more pigs. In fact, why not kill more pigs right now? For he must eat. And there is serious lag in any case. It seems to drop 3 of them, which cannot possibly be really the case. It must be a side effect of the lag that it should drop 3. That in any case cannot be picked up. And then, nope! It does drop 3. He remembers to keep a couple of pigs alive back at base. Or back near the base. Or, well, somewhere. Which he's pretty sure he has left. The leg may be the very thing. The leg may be the very thing keeping him alive. He decides not to pursue the matter much further, or kill any more pigs. A chicken, however, is a welcome sight. For he might be able to have a chicken farm, which at the very least would be a little better, but this is a tricky thing to manage. Can he get up there without hurting himself? Break! 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 But how to get up there? Nope, it is too treacherous, and he will have to abandon the chicken. It was a little more accessible a minute ago. Still no sign of... He pauses for a second to admire this landscape. But it is noon, and he has much to do before the end of the day. For one thing, he must get back, and safely. More of the mysterious and strange kind of stone, which makes no sense to him at all. The terrain continues in this direction. What was he underneath that... Oh, he shouldn't have done that. Almost lost his bearing. Why did it turn dark suddenly in the sky? Was it an omen of some kind? At last he can look to what he believes to be the south. Although it's actually the north. It's actually the north, isn't it? There is nothing to the north that is of any use to him. There are more islands, which is nice to know, but there is nothing upon those islands. He still does not see any iron. Iron right now is the most important thing. A bed is of less importance so long as he has a place to stay the night. It looks as though he's not going to be able to kill the pig without it dropping over the edge. Which it looks like it has just done. Or maybe it is glitched. He must abandon his quest in this direction. But he will continue to look this way and hope he gets back before sunset. There are no sheep in this direction either. He is very sad about that. He longs for the comfort of his old bed from... Even his emergency bed was nice. Back at the base. At his back cave. And he remembers previous places that he lived where he had a comfortable bed that he could share with Darlene. Well... Perhaps he shared it with Darlene. Perhaps not. After all, what sort of person would he be if he hadn't married her? He would have shared his bed with Darlene, and the thought, he remembers that thought, and he remembers how sad he was about her leaving. But it wasn't about leaving, it was about separation. It is now slightly early in the afternoon. Is it even possible to break this area? He considers for a second. Nothing. While it was possible to break that block, it is not possible to put a new one up. There are the pigs that he will spare, and the cows, and chickens, surprisingly. He has an idea. Maybe this is where he will build his farm. Though it may seem a strange place to put the farm. Why would there not be one? It is, however, very possible that it is too high up. That is still there, strangely. So what needs to be done is to build 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, wait, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Checks the time. So his mission is going to have, that's the top, and he can't place a block here. He can place a block there, which means that will be the maximum height. He will then have to dig out this entire area, much to the chagrin of all those assembled upon it. Also, he needs to build some fence posts, which means he will have to now work on some other things. The gorgeous sight beneath him, awe-inspiring though it is, he cannot dawdle. He must return. The terrain looks unfamiliar to him suddenly. Has he been coming back the right direction? Ah, but then he sees the familiar areas around him. A farm is necessary. He will have to make that farm. He will have to do what he can. He is very distraught that that tree did not grow. Is there a reason for it having not grown? It is a most dastardly dilemma. He decides he will chop this tree down. Within a minute it is gone. That one will not extend downwards, and so he will take those as well. A very strange kind of lag that is not server lag, but game lag. He is very upset at those results, amidst other results. Speaking of amidst, he knows that a custom map, that is what he is stuck on. Oh no, the sun is going down! But he knows that a map that he is stuck on is a map that is unable... How'd the pig get over there? Is a map that is unable to be looked at by amidst, so he is pretty much safe. There is the pumpkin. There is the seed. There is the oak wood that he has made. He wanted to plant some saplings, but nothing has come of it yet. Wait, there are some saplings. Go for it. This will be the last act of the afternoon. And if there is a terrifying reason He will need more wood in the coming days, and so he hopes that one of them will grow. "14, but that is not enough for 2. He must conserve the coal, for he does not know when he will get more." And that is part of his curse. "And all other things must go in the chest. Available, necessary, or other, it must." Another thing he will need is iron, so that he can make a flint and steel, which will be necessary to going into the nether. And shears, which will be necessary to shear sheep, so that he can get much more wool, so he can make several beds. He is going to make a traveling bed. Oh yes, a traveling bed. But for now he contents himself with what he had to do. First the second chest. And then more ladders. But what will come of his activities? "But why work through the night," he says, "when there is fun and games and drinking to be had?" Only there's nothing to drink right now. Well, you know, that's not such a big deal. The first and most important thing, of course, turning of that into 2. He also thought of extending the room out, but he decided better of it. "It is not that we must drape the environment. 1, 2, 3. And oh, if it were possible to go down 4. Because he needs to go down 4. This stuff is very nice. As is the dirt, for that matter. But what he really needs is something a little bit more solid. Something iron-like. If only there was something. For he needs it badly. He decides to abandon this level as well. As long as it is well lit, he says, it will go well. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Nothing there either. It is a very poor sort of branch mine, but it does not matter to him, for he knows what he is doing. And he knows what he will be needed to do. He decides to continue his project that he did from earlier. And suddenly he realizes he had been 1 block away from complete disaster. A sheer, precipitous drop lay before him. Also, it looks like he's falling off of it, so he realizes what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to use something. Why not the dirt? Well, maybe not the dirt. Alright. But this is exactly the whole point of what he had been intending to do. Now what he needs, and this was perhaps a silly thing to suggest, now what he needs is sand. And suddenly, lo and behold, it is raining. Does he see rain here? Success! The crops are not going to grow faster because it rains, which is a very strange thing. He still doesn't know which window to look out of. Anyway, it is time to curl up in the ball in the corner and go to sleep. And for some reason, he looks like Steve now. How is that possible? Who is Steve, anyway? This does not make sense. Why does he look like Steve? It matters not. He will go to bed. He will rest. He will be alright. In the morning, he thinks he will wake up and look like Becker Wozat. At least he thinks he's Becker Wozat. Am I? Am I Becker Wozat?